MSNBC, you see, is now facing, and we've talked about this a little bit, a serious crisis, much like ABC, much like CNN, like every media organization right now. And so Comcast has figured out, they're the parent company of NBC, which had MSNBC. They're like, yeah, we don't really want you anymore. We'll keep NBC, and we'll keep, I think they're keeping Bravo, but we don't want the rest of this. Like, this is a bunch of, you know what? I won't say the word. Okay, this is a bunch of you know what. And we are going to spin this off. There's a tax advantage for us to do so. And we're going to let you guys figure it out on your own. But it's very hard for these cable companies to figure it out on their own because the source of their revenue has historically come from the cable providers, right? Like the big cable companies that say, okay, well, I'll pay $2, I'll pay $6, I'll pay $1 a head for your programming. And nowadays, and it's a huge source of revenue, believe me, but nowadays people don't get their programming that way anymore. I cut all the cords in my house, every single one of them. You know how much money I'm saving? A lot, because we had a lot of cable boxes. So I'm probably not the norm, but we had a lot of cable boxes. Hey, I work in TV, right? So a lot of cable boxes, that was a huge savings. And there are still ways that you can get cable news via things like YouTube. You know, it's a premium product, et cetera. But they don't make as much money on that. Meanwhile, they can't go and live stream like I'm doing with you right now because that would be in violation of their cable agreement. So it's really messy. And they're trying to figure this out. And they have no hope because it's coming at a time when the ratings are so badly challenged. They, again, don't understand who the heck they're going to put on the air, so they put little Peppermint Patty on who just drags them right down into the you-know-what. Take a look. Oh, Psaki's ratings, 971,000 viewers over the month. That's down from Rachel Maddow's 1.89 million earned throughout 2025. That's a 47% drop. 47% drop. So you can understand why some of the things that are getting floated in the background in media circles include whether or not to bring back Rachel to replace Jen. I mean, they tried the other one. What was her name? Alex something? I can't remember. Clearly, she didn't really resonate. This one resonates a little bit more because people remember seeing her there on the platform. But there's nothing compelling. I'm telling you, at least Rachel had a crazy, wackadoo story that she would tell you about Russia. And you'd tune in every night saying, well, what's next, right? Like, where's this going? And she'd repeat herself and she'd do the same things, but she kept taking you down that rabbit hole. And it was an entertaining rabbit hole. I'll fully admit it. You know what? I used to have the competition monitors up because my show was on at 8 o'clock. I think she was on at 9. I'd catch part of it. And I was like, damn. Like this lady, like she's got something going on. Like she'd have you on the edge of your seat. Remember waiting for Trump's tax returns? I got him. And it turned out to be a nothing burger. Anyway, that was her. So there was a showmanship, whether you liked it or not. And I'm someone who obviously didn't like it, but I credit her with at least entertaining the viewer. This one, Jen Psaki, she does not know how to do that. Okay, like there's a bit of an art to it. Like Rachel gets it. Rachel gets, oh, I hate to use this term, but I will, okay? They call it storytelling, right? Like she's a storyteller. Like you want to listen to, if you're on the left, and hear this crazy rabbit hole she's going to take you down. It's interesting. I think Tucker's also said he has a lot of respect from her in that sense. And she has respect for him. I think that, people who are good at this understand. And while we all may have our personal beliefs and we're going to take you one way or another, we're taking you somewhere, right? There's a goal, a destination. You're going to know exactly what I think. And hopefully it's a little bit enjoyable along the way to hear it. But this lady, no. And so as she got this gig, it was very interesting. Rachel Maddow did an interview. We talked about it here on the show at the time. And I said, ooh, she's throwing some shade. That's like serious television shade at Jen Psaki. in which she said, oh, Psaki will be great at this. She'll do so much better than me because you know what? I'm just kind of living over here in my little hole and I get along really well with my team members, but I'm not part of that bigger structure, you know, where they're talking to this one and that one. And you know, she wheels and deals effectively is what she was saying about Jen Psaki with all those Washington, D.C. people and me. No, I'm just kind of interested in the story and I don't like to have all those biases infiltrating my thought process. It was actually a very clever thing to say. Because she's totally dissing Psaki, basically saying she's a stooge, which she is, right? What did she do? She lied for Joe Biden. And I suspect she's going to get her, you know what, hauled in, and she's going to have to testify as well. What did she know? Is that why she got out of there so fast? The other day, I showed you this yesterday, she started freaking out because somebody on a podcast said to her, well, how much did you know? And was this a cover-up? And she said, don't use the word cover-up. It's like you're talking about Watergate. By the way, even Tapper, for what it's worth, because you always have to have the caveat with Tapper of what it's worth, he actually said he thought it was worse than Watergate, what actually went down. I've told you it's the biggest scandal in political history. So Jen Psaki can't hack it. And now they get a crisis because they're coming out and they're going public. They just did their upfronts. And you know what's fascinating? We heard all about sci-fi. We heard all about Oxygen. We heard all about what they're doing with all these networks, right? Nothing. Crickets on MSNBC. They have no story to tell because no one's watching. I mean, when ratings are down 47% in your signature show, oh, and there's that other terrible, terrible, terrible one with Simone Sanders, I think is her name. She's supposed to be the new Joy Reid. You know, she's kind of a bigger, heavy-set woman, and I think they've got a few others on that. Have you ever seen that show? What is her name? Simone Sanders. There was a clip I wanted to show you. If I have it, I will, of her and some of her co-hosts walking and talking about how, perhaps I don't have it. We'll bring it to you another day. They're like walking out and they're talking about how they're going to go drinking or something while everybody else is working. It's just really inappropriate. We put it on the shorts feed so you can check it out there. But I guess my only point is, like, these people suck, okay? They just suck, and it's game over. And in terms of the industry itself, it's hard. And so if you're MSNBC, you can't pay big salaries. You're definitely not going to pay up for the morning guy. Best Biden ever. I mean, that's how you know it's state media, for goodness sakes. They're trying to tell you it's the best Biden ever. Give me a break. And we're the crazy ones. That same exact show actually was trying to tell you there was no inflation. It's all in your head. There's no inflation. Inflation is coming down. I'm like, guys, it was up to 9.6%. Even if it's down to 4% the next month, it's cumulative. Okay, that's on top of the 9.6%. Then it's up another 4%. You see, there is inflation. And now there's not. But the media lied. And because MSNBC lied so much, they're now paying the price. They're going to get spun off, and here's what's going to happen. Maybe they bring back Rachel. I don't think she can solve it for them, especially not at $25, reportedly, million a year. It's too much money for her. You could close it down, or you could just find lots of cheap people. I'm sure Jen Psaki is cheap. That's why she's so sucky, okay? Like, she's cheap. So maybe they save money with her. Find a few others. I'm sure the 4 o'clock gal with the, the blonde hair, she's probably pretty cheap too. So maybe it's not costing you that much. You're going to have to find a way to get really cheap talent in the door and let them do their thing. But cheap talent is cheap talent. And that means you're not going to get any ratings. Okay? Funny times. Top 100 over here. Guys, we're climbing, not to rain on MSNBC's parade or anything. I think we had 116 million views here on the Trish Regan channel last month. So it's been pretty great. And that's thanks to all that you guys have been doing to help make this channel such a success.